Hey guys, Brandon's back for another Toker Talk. Today we're going to be talking about the Woojer Strap Edge. It's 4 o'clock here at the Kobra home, so let's just jump right into it. Here on Pre-Sesh, we're going to be doing a very loosely structured review, basically covering the things you might like about a product, the things that you might not like about a product, and that's it. So today we're going to be looking at this bad boy, the Woojer Edge strap. Can't see it super well because of the old web cameras in me laptops, but I'll be wearing it just like the OGs do. Bam. That's how you really feel that bass, right there in the head. No, I wouldn't recommend wearing it like this, but for the sake of the video, this is exactly how you do it, and anybody that tells you differently,
they're stupid.
Anything above 100 or 200 hertz will make it vibrate, and that'll give you a little bit of an extra sensation in order to kind of let you feel like you're in the game, like in the movie that you're watching. Yada yada yada. Alright, so you basically got your things to control the actual feedback that you'll be getting from it, like how much it vibrates. And then you got your sound things, you know, plus minus. I'm sure that you can figure it out from there.
They adjust the volume.
Because this thing basically works as a little amp / speaker in and of itself. You'll hook it into whatever your audio source is, and then it'll play the sound through this thing. And the headphones that you jack into it, obviously. Speaking of, that's going to be the very first thing. This thing's actual performance heavily vary depending on not only your body size, but also the audio device that you are using. So I would recommend both a decent pair of headphones and a good external device in order to be able to get like maximum optimized usage out of this sci-fi looking bad boy. You're definitely going to get the best experience from this out of video games because it is optimized for that already. Like, you don't have to worry about your device not being able to handle it. As long as you got a decent pair of headphones, you're probably going to find that it gives you a very good like amp inside of your body as you're playing, getting that feedback from all the environments and whatnot. It's definitely going to be something that shines inside of VR, where you'll be able to have that extra element of immersion to what you're doing while you're playing. The games that really stand out are definitely your more shooter-esque games, but games like Fighters will also do pretty well because impact will normally be low enough to register the vibration. So you'll be getting that as you play as well. For music, you're basically gonna only really get the best out of this product is if you have, again, a really good sound system. The best type of genres for the optimized usage out of this is definitely gonna be your more techno or metal based songs because they're gonna have more frequent and heavy bass sounds. But if you do listen to it with like pop music or something like that, it does register those low basses every now and again. It's just not gonna be as prominent. Hooey, my forehead is soaking this thing. Which is also something that it does not recommend. Getting it wet, obviously. Electronic devices, you know, use your head, but not the way that I am. It's also not recommended to get it above a certain heat, so if it starts getting really hot on your skin, probably either turn down the haptics or just turn it off and give it a rest for a little bit. When it comes to exercising with this device, you're definitely going to find a bigger improvement if you are doing stationary exercises where you can kind of really feel it in your chest, like, you know, your weightlifting and all that type of fun stuff, rather than cardio exercises, because you won't be able to feel it as much if you're also moving around when it is trying to like give you the feedback. And the last thing that you're going to want it for is probably movies and things like that. I used it while watching Hunter x Hunter, so definitely a lot more action scenes and ambient music to go along with it, and it definitely gives you those kind of punches when you're watching something like that. Some of the cons of this device is definitely that when you're playing video games or watching movies or anything like that, you're going to want to adjust it a little bit to match the music, simply because of the fact that it'll probably continue to rattle anytime that it registers one of the noises, which will really take you out of the experience. You more want it to only go off when there are certain things happening on screen, or there are like deeper basses inside of the music. Or sound effects that'll you would want it to register for, rather than just, you know, going off sporadically because music in the background is playing. And if you're anything like me, your first instinct when you get it is to turn it up all the way to max to try to get the biggest kick that you can out of it. I wouldn't recommend that, not because it does kick like insanely hard or anything like that. To be fair, it does say that body mass has an effect on the impact that you're gonna feel, so like For a bigger guy like me, it might take a little bit more to get that. The problem that it really creates is that it becomes oversensitive, so it starts shaking like erratically for things that it normally shouldn't shake for. So like, let's say that somebody's walking across the ground in the thing that you're watching. It's gonna make that thing like rattle crazy on your chest, and you're gonna be like, that's not how it should feel when somebody's like softly walking towards me. It should be like in a video game controller where it vibrates incredibly softly. So if you're going for a fully immersive effect, I wouldn't recommend turning it up all the way. I also didn't find that it actually, like, at its highest setting has a really hard kick. If you had it set up to max for 20 to 30 minutes, you're probably going to start noticing an irritation wherever it is, because you're just obviously getting like feedback constantly sent to that one spot. So unless you're adjusting it constantly, you're probably not going to enjoy that experience too much. Other than that though, guys, I honestly felt it was a solid product. Probably recommended a 6 or 7 out of 10. It does what it is intended to do, but it probably is more of a niche product. It's probably intended and best used by people who enjoy either bringing some extra immersion into their media, or people that are really big bass heads that enjoy that when they will listen to music. Alright guys, that'll do it for today's take. If you enjoyed, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and follow the high.